places right now. Ladies and gentlemen, please give them a big round of applause for the big battle ahead. Now I would like to invite the referees for the second semi-finals, starting with Robert Arvan from Singapore, Sudesh Khanna from Malaysia, Christina Young from Canada, Jafar Sadiq from Malaysia, Yogendra Singh from India, and Konstantin from Malaysia. Thank you very much. A big round of applause for our referees for today. They're going to play an important role in this crucial semi-final match, which will be starting momentarily. With that, I will now hand over the call to Mr. Robert Arfan, the referee for the first time between Malaysia and Hong Kong.
Well, welcome along, folks. It is a big day here at the Bukit Jalil Centre in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. It is the semi-finals day of the CIMB Foundation WSF World Junior Team Squash Championships, presented by AirAsia. As I say, it is semi-finals day, and we saw the first of those ties earlier on, where #1 seeds Egypt proved to be far too strong for the #4 seeds England, winning each of those matches in straight sets and booking their place in tomorrow's final. This evening, however, we've got a very, very tasty looking clash on our hands. Hong Kong #3 seeds take on the hosts Malaysia, who are #2 seeds in the event. The order of play, as it was this morning, is 2-1-3, meaning that we will see Kirsty Po Yi Wong and Chan Yuan take to the court first at #2 string. Then it'll be over to the #1s, Chan Sing Yuk of Hong Kong taking on Aifa Azman. And the final match, if it is needed, will be Lee Sum Yuet against Aina Ampandi. Well, this is, as I say, a spectacular arena, and I've got a spectacular squash player next to me, and that's Jenny Duncalf. How are we doing, Jenny?
I'm good, thank you, Paul. Former now, fortunately.
You've been on there this week.
That's true,
I've got a feeling you're coming out of retirement.
Well, if you'd have seen my performances, I'm not sure you'd say the same. As you said, big night here at the Nicole David Arena. We've been hoping for a nice, tight, competitive fixture, because the last 3 days they've all been heavily one-sided, and that does include the semi-final earlier on today, Egypt dominating England. So we're thinking this all-Asian affair between the 2 and 3 seeds might be a bit closer.
Well, I think it's got all the makings for an absolute cracker. Hong Kong coming through fairly straightforward against the United States of America in yesterday's quarterfinals, and Malaysia came through a pretty straightforward clash with Switzerland last night. So there's a lot of very successful individual players in this lineup today. Malaysia had 2 girls in the quarter-final stage. They actually had 1 in the semi-final, didn't they? Hong Kong, Chan Sin-yuk made it through to the last 8 as well. So there's going to be some tight matches. It's very much going to be down to who can hold the nerve, who can get fired up and produce the goods for the country.
And the Malaysians yet to be tested at all in this team event. Beat the Swiss very comfortably yesterday. Hong Kong had to play well and be on top of their game against the Americans in their quarterfinals, so they have been tested fairly sternly. So they could possibly be match sharper, but
yeah, it can go both ways, can't it? Having that, tougher match just focuses the mind a little bit more, and as you say, sharpens you up match play wise.
A lot more people in for tonight's match. Of course, the host nation. 2 especially special guests sat in the yellow chairs. We had a nice welcome earlier. Can you tell us a little bit more about them, Paul?
Well, we have His Royal Highness the King of Malaysia on the left. So that's, there was speculation that he was going to be coming along this evening, and he's not let us down. By all accounts, he's a big squash fan.
I think so, absolutely. Lots of people are, of course, in Malaysia. Helps that they've had an 8-time world champion in Nicole David.
Well, one thing that we would say about the Malaysians is that they've had plenty of time on this court. Not just the fact that it's in their national training centre, but over the last week there's been plenty of Malaysian matches on this court.
Yes, the organisers have been kind to them, surprisingly enough.
That's one of the perks. Quarterfinals onwards in the individual event is played on this fantastic glass court in this brilliant arena. That's a good spin.
It was. Like a tiddlywink spin. Oh, it's exciting times. You can feel the butterflies when you walked into the arena tonight and looked at the Hong Kong and the Malaysian girls lining up for their introductions. Takes you back to these moments. It was so exciting. As a junior, you don't get to do this kind of enjoy this kind of occasion too many times, so I hope these girls make the most of it.
Yeah, well, there's a huge amount at stake, of course, especially for the Malaysian team. They've got the added incentive of being able to play World Championships final in their own country, with a partisan crowd.
Of course, no pressure when the king turns up.
I think they actually, from what I could figure out, I think the team actually went to meet him before they had a private meeting with him before he came into the arena.
World Junior Women's Team Squash Championship 2019. Semi-final tie. Second string match. Chan Yiwen from Malaysia to serve. Christy Wong Po Yui from Hong Kong, China to receive. Best of 5 games. Level.
So it's the Malaysian number 2 will get this semi-final underway.
And what a match for Wong of Hong Kong, only 15 years of age.
Wow.
Representing her country. In fact, 2 of their team are 15 and 16, so, and they're already number 3 seeds.
Well,
so
that bodes well for the future.
Absolutely.
Stroke to Malaysia. 1 love.
You can hear the applause already from the Malaysian crowd. Tough to play against. Oh, it's a thumping drive. No nerves in that shot.
2-love.
Yeah, very still as she hit that ball. We've said it time and again, Jenny, the Malaysian team tend to be renowned for their athletic ability.
Yep, so do the Hong Kong team as well.
Hand out. 1,
They're all
2.
pretty nimble around the court. Nice low centre of gravity, usually light.
Hand out. 3-1.
So again, rock solid on the ball there as she, look how still she is. Head still, feet still.
Hello.
A lovely finish. You can hear the strings on it.
5-1.
Yeah,
Great
there's
start.
touch to go with it as well. This is the dream start for Malaysia.
Stroke to Malaysia.
Used to love that when you're playing in Malaysia and you get a stroke and then a big round of applause.
Yeah, that's what you need.
Just to ease yourself into the match.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jenny, it can go one way or another. A match like this, you can either get a little bit nervous or the adrenaline can start pumping and you start playing squash like Chan Yuan's doing here.
Absolutely, and barely put a foot wrong.
Brilliant stuff. Kirsty Po Yi Wong is a little bit taken back by the pace.
Down.
And that's not going to help her.
Oh, tough start. A young 15-year-old from Hong Kong.
Well, the composure from Chan Yuan has been exceptional for me.
Yes, look at that.
So solid.
She is. Oh.
Oh. That'll do nicely though.
Hand out. 2-9.
Perfect lob there.
Oh, what? She just
Well,
absolutely
nice to see
slotted
it.
that.
Hand out.
You
See
saw the
shot,
outcome.
just saw the ball rolling along the floor.
Look
Get
at that.
in there. Good way to set yourself up with 8 game balls.
Down. 11-2. Game to
No
Malaysia.
time on the ball there
Malaysia leads
for the Hong
1
Kong
game
number
to
2.
love.
Talk about a nerve settling first game. Just 4 minutes there it took Chan Yuan to take that first game 11-2.
Wow, well, what can you say about that? An absolutely sensational start from Chan Yuan of Malaysia. Absolutely no signs of nerves, considering she's playing in front of her country's king, and plenty of home support. She's thriving in it so far. Some lovely finishes and looking so solid and strong on the ball. Plenty of aggressive hitting. She's taken the ball nice and early. And it is Malaysia who are more than in the driving seat right now.
Malaysia leads 1 game to love. Love all.
Well, if Chan Yuen can keep this going, she's going to take some stopping.
King might not have finished his cup of tea
1
by the
love.
time this is over.
Down. 2 love.
Hong Kong have won this championships before, which is fantastic for them.
So that's the last non-Egyptian team to have won the event.
Yeah, 2007.
Hand
I'm
out.
not checked, but I'm pretty
1,
sure
2.
Annie Au and Joey Chan were probably in that team.
Yeah.
Both well-established PSA players now on tour.
Down.
But the touch, delicate.
Very delicate. Caresses that ball.
Balls, you and your balls.
And this
down.
is...
Do you know what? I actually thought it.
I did as well, clip the top of the tin.
2 all.
But the Hong Kong player didn't appeal at all.
No.
Well, that could have been a little bit of astute sight from the ref that helps Hong Kong get into this match. Still stuck behind here. Oh, she's hit her on the backswing.
Stroke to Hong Kong.
So for the first
3-2
time,
from the right.
Wong takes the lead in this match.
Not up. Hand out.
Swiftly erased with that lucky
3
bounce.
all. Down.
Quick movement again there from
4-3.
Yuen. Good get. Well, Chen Yuen was in the driving seat for most of the rally.
5-3.
Courtesy Po Yi
Yes,
Wong
from the right.
having to
5-3.
absorb some pressure there. And she's sliding behind again on the
Down.
scoreboard. 3 points clear now, Chen Yuen.
6-3.
Oh, that's
Beautiful strike.
absolutely. It's like a
7-3.
bullet into that back corner. Look at that, nice and low. Travels through. Had enough ferocity and pace on the ball to get to the back. And again, she's hitting good target, but casual on that one. Just a bit too much power at the moment on a hitting. The ball striking's a little bit too
8-3.
much for Po Yi Wong.
Yes, she seems to be on the back foot. Ah,
Down.
crunched it.
9-3.
So good
So
at these
again,
drives.
Anything around that service box area, she's either
10-3
nailing it into the
game
back
ball.
or stunning it in as kill. It's very good stuff from Chen Yuen. 7 game balls.
Out.
It's just clipped out of court.
11-3. Game to Malaysia.
It's another very
Malaysia
one-sided
lead.
game.
2 games to love. 2 games to love.
The Malaysian number 2 is on a mission here. Just 5 minutes for the second game. Pinches it. Doesn't pinch it. Runs away with it. 11-3.
So 2 games in and just 5 points dropped by Chen Yuen. She is on fire so far in this first match of the semi-finals. Kirsty Po-Yu-Wong didn't start too badly there. She was doing okay, but then there was absolutely no looking back from the Malaysian. Dominant in all areas of the court. Some fierce hitting around the middle, anything about 1.5 feet off the side wall. She was pulverizing away, and it's looking extremely likely that Malaysia will be taking this first match.
Fifteen seconds.
Malaysia leads 2 games to love. Love all.
Well, so far there's not been much for the Hong Kong team to sing about.
No, and we keep getting excited that we might get some close matches, but with shots like that, it's not looking that way.
One
I
love.
enjoyed that one as well.
It's good to see a few more people in. Look at that movement though from Chan Yuen. It's so athletic. So just suddenly look casual and then spring into action, throwing that lunge out. Natural athletic ability.
3 love.
That's just too good at the moment.
It certainly is. It's just another level that
Four
Chan Yuen's
love.
playing at. We spoke about wanting to see a closer match. This could be one of the easier matches we've seen in this team event.
Well, Wong just leaving everything mid-court, unfortunately for her. She's struggling to cope with the pace on the ball from the Malaysian, and she's spraying it around the middle.
5 love.
Yeah, it would be easy for us to be sounding a little bit critical here. One thing we should be remembering is the fact that Kirsty Po-Yu-Wong is only 15 years old, so she's punching above her weight, I suppose, in that. You know, if you think that she's got 3 more World Championships in her after this.
6 love.
It's not a bad effort to be, you know, getting your team through to the semi-finals of the World Championships.
No, and I'm sure this won't be her favourite experience so
7
far,
love.
but it is experience.
All learning.
To be playing at number 2 in the under-19s when you're 15 is pretty impressive stuff.
Not up.
Well, she didn't really need that good fortune, did she? But she'll take it.
8 love.
Chopping down on the ball very steeply. So 8 love.
Stroke to Malaysia.
I think she hit her, didn't she?
I think
Yes.
she did.
Stroke to Malaysia. You're in
Well,
front
you
of
can
the
tell by the
player.
reaction she's not.
Swing. No, it's okay. She already appealed when she stopped the play. Continue, please.
She's an honest player. I'm pretty sure she did clip
Stop,
her.
hold on. Hold on. Wait until I say the
She's
score.
hit
and
her
then-
shoulder there, I think.
9 love.
Look at that hitting. Just so easy.
Relentless.
It's like a battering ram.
10
Taking the
love.
ball so
Match
early.
ball.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jenny, I'm looking forward to hearing the words that you're going to use in your highlights package
That
to
is-
describe that performance from
3
Chan
games
Yuen.
to love.
Vicious is one. That
11-2,
ending was vicious.
11-3,
That was
11 love.
absolutely breathtaking. She wants to keep the ball as a souvenir, I think. Just look at that for a scoreline in this first match of this semi-final. Chan Yuan wins the match in just 16 minutes, 11-2, 11-3, 11 love.
Well, Chan Yuan making our Squash TV crew working very hard to get their stuff together in such a short amount of time. That was a blistering performance from the Malaysian number 2. Tell you what, you think there might be a few nerves, but absolutely not. She absolutely destroyed her 15-year-old opponent, who tried with all her might, but unfortunately for her, she couldn't do anything about the firepower that was coming from that ferocious Malaysian racket. So Malaysia leads 1-0.
Well, as we just catch our breath after that performance from Chan Yuan, who has put Malaysia in a very nice position here. It will be Chan Sin-yuk of Hong Kong taking on Aifa Azman at number 1 string. So a great opportunity there for Aifa Azman to seal the deal for Malaysia. And she'll be thankful to Chan Yuan, who's possibly just taken a little bit of weight off shoulders. But even so, it's not going to be straightforward for it. Chan Sin-yuk, as we said, was a quarter-finalist herself, so that match will be next on court.
Time.
So we've got a tasty battle on our hands here. The number ones of each country. Chan Sin-yuk of Hong Kong taking on Aifa Azman of Malaysia. It's a must-win match for Chan Sin-yuk. And it is a match that I'm sure she will back herself to have a decent opportunity, really. She lost out in the quarterfinals of the individual match to Hania El Hamami. Whilst Aifa Azman did go one step further, and she lost to Jana Shihar in 5 games, sorry. She actually had match balls to make the final, of course. Seems like a long time ago that now, Jenny.
It does actually. We've had a lot of squash played since then. A lot of it involving Azman. Malaysians, as we've said, been quite apparent on this glass court. But I'm calling this one as hopefully the closest one we've seen on the glass so far. We've got a quarter-finalist against a semi-finalist. Let's hope it's going to be a competitive one. It's just been, unfortunately for a lot of the players, they've all given their best. We've seen good attitudes and performances from all the girls. Just the golfing standard at times between some of the nations has been a little bit too much. We see the crowd again. His Royal Highness Sultan Abdullah, King of Malaysia. King squash player, apparently.
Time.
And also a King of the State on the right, I think.
Well, I'm sure he would have been very impressed by the performance at number 2 string, Chen Yuan.
She was in a rush, wasn't she? 16 minutes of relentless squash. And I tell you what, the way she finished that at 10 love match ball, she had absolutely zero qualms about bageling a 15-year-old.
I was going to say I bet it felt good, but not the fact that it was 11 love, just the fact that you finish a match on a shot like that.
Yeah, I reckon it felt pretty good at 11 love as well. Might have added a bit of enjoyment to it.
What would you have done, Jenny? Or does it depend who your opponent was?
Definitely depends on the situation. I wouldn't go all out to beat someone 11 love, but I wouldn't give a point away either, put it that way.
Wouldn't serve it into the ceiling or anything like that. That's just 10 times worse than bagling someone, isn't it?
And yeah, you're right, it depends on your opponent.
CIMB Foundation WSF World Junior Women's Team Squash Championship 2019 semi-final tie between Chan Sin-yuk from Hong Kong to serve and Aifa Azman from Malaysia to receive. Best of 5 games, love all.
So upbeat body language from Chan Sin-yuk to start this match.
Oh, that's quick stuff already.
And out 1 love.
Just love the way Aifa Azman takes that ball so early at the back of the service box.
She really does, doesn't she? Look at that. Oh. Look at that. That's outrageous.
Unbelievable.
Outrageous. Look at that. Thanks for coming. Second rally.
Down.
How's that for confidence?
3 love.
I'd love to know how she sees that ball. It must be like it's coming
Football.
in slow motion or something.
Good, she's got it.
Yeah, that was well done. Well done. Straight was always going to be the better option.
3.
Difficult shot to execute, but managed to get it perfectly straight down that backhand side wall to get a first point on the board. So there again, look.
Oh, she
Up.
plucks that out of thin air. That's very quick reactions,
out
the
4-1.
reflexes to even attempt the volley there. And then
Wow.
to play a shot like that.
I'm not sure what Andrew Cross has said to his players before this match, but it's certainly got them fired up.
They are massively up for this.
5-1.
And why not? This is the first time that Malaysia has held the World Junior Team Championships for 18 years.
6-1.
So no wonder the Kings have turned up.
Well, I think he'll be back tomorrow if Malaysia can
7-1.
close this game out.
A little bit of concerning signs for Hong Kong. Chanson Yuk didn't really move that last shot.
Well, she has got one of her legs strapped up, hasn't
8-1.
she? Just wonder if that's hindering her movement slightly.
Perhaps. Well, she's so... This, I mean, it's not wide enough, but she's so keen to volley, isn't
9-1.
she? Aifar Asman.
That's the one. On the rise.
10-1.
It's almost
Game
like a
ball.
half volley, isn't it?
Yeah. But she pings it straight and deep from that position as well. Such a good combination of shots to have up your sleeve. 9
Yeah.
match balls, game balls rather.
Yep.
Getting a little bit ahead of myself. I think that was
Stop,
it.
stop.
I think she got that, Jenny.
Yeah.
Head out
Not
2-10.
complaining.
Game ball. (11-2). Game to Malaysia. Malaysia leads 1 game to love.
Well, it's more of the same for Team Malaysia, with Aifar Asman now chopping away through the scoreboard. Just 4 minutes there to take the first game, 11-2.
Well, from what we've seen so far, this is an extremely inspired young Malaysian team. These girls are taking absolutely zero prisoners, not giving their opponents any chance to get themselves into this match. Aifar Asman chopping in the winners at will, looking to take the ball nice and early. Chanson Yuk trying in vain to get anywhere on the scoreboard, really. She's got to have to really regroup and tactically have a rethink about how she can stop the attacks of Aifar Asman, because right now it's all going Malaysia's way.
Malaysia leads 1 game to love. Love all.
So Aifar Asman gets the second game underway.
Down.
I've been going through
And out
Chanson Yuk's
1 love.
mind in that little breather from the relentless attacks.
You just got to start again, almost go back on as though it's love all in the first game.
Stroke to Malaysia.
Stroke to Malaysia. And out 1-all.
It's so much easier said than done, but we've seen how lethal Asman is around the middle. You can't leave the ball
Yes,
there.
lad.
Whether you hit it high on the
Yes,
front
lad.
wall or you hit
1-all.
drops instead, you've got to negate that middle area. It's better. And now put yourself in the attacking position, take your chances, which you kind of did there.
Yes, lad.
Yes,
That was an
lad.
interesting one, Jenny.
1-all.
Looked like she'd gone through to try to play the ball there.
It did. She missed it. It's not
That's
to
it.
let. It's not to let. No.
That
Stroke
is
to
though.
Hong Kong.
It's a stroke.
Stroke to Hong Kong, China. And out 2-1.
Better.
Taking a little bit more control. It's the quality of length that's making the difference here.
Yeah, well, in those
Chan
last
Sin Yuk.
couple of rallies, we've
3-1.
not seen Chan Sin Yuk hit a ball that's landed in the service box area.
Stroke to Hong Kong.
Stroke to Hong Kong, China. 4-1. Down.
Ooh.
Well, things
5-1.
seem to have taken a turn for the Hong Kong team.
Big point in that one.
Yeah, Chan Sin Yuk. She's definitely tidied up her length game.
Yes, lad.
Yes, lad. 5-1. Left box.
Oh, is that
Down.
Rolled off the top of the tin, didn't it?
Ball down.
pretty dodgy?
6-1.
Well, this is a huge turnaround, the way that first game went. Which is, oh, that's
I don't think she was intending on playing that in the
no.
first place.
Well, I think that's what she wanted us to all think.
Yeah.
Clever stuff. Think.
Yeah.
Love it.
Well, she needs to be sticking a few more points on the scoreboard before she's back into this.
That's where the trouble is. Yeah, all it takes is leaving the ball from Chan Sin Yuk in the middle of the service box
3-6.
and you're on the back foot because Asman's just too lethal with her hitting. Her boast, too many good options for her with her racket skills.
4-6.
Yeah, it's a great length.
Down.
Oh, it's unlucky. It was fairly ambitious,
It was
wasn't
ambitious,
it?
really.
6.
Tight to the side wall. And within what feels like a few seconds, for Asman's back within 1 on the scoreboard, so she's absolutely back in this second game.
And out.
That's good.
7-5.
A bit of height.
Eight, 5.
It's nicely finished. It's an average return of serve from Asman. So Chan Sin Yuk once again takes control.
Oh, it's that boast. She plays them even better than that, but it's just the doubts of her opponent. You don't know what shot she's going to hit and then caught flat-footed.
It's a bit scrappy
From
from Asman.
9-6.
Spraying a few down the middle. Chan Sin Yuk's dealt with it brilliantly, though. Took her opportunities.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah,
Good
excellent
hands.
stuff.
10-6. Game ball.
4 game balls now for Chan Sin Yuk to draw level.
Oh,
It's an irretrievable lob
11-6
serve
Hong Kong, China.
to seal
One
the
game
deal
ball.
in that second game. Fantastic response from Chan Sin Yuk, exactly what the Hong Kong team needed. And in 6 minutes, she's won that game 11-6 and drawn level.
well, what a second game from Chan Sin Yuk. After losing the first in 4 minutes, getting just 2 points on the scoreboard, it has not bothered her whatsoever. She's regrouped and refocused nicely and definitely hit her targets better in that second game. Chan Sin Yuk stretching the court out for Asman and not leaving as many balls loose around the service area where the Malaysian is so lethal. And then Chan Sin Yuk hitting a few shots of her own, so we're now nicely poised at 1-1 in this crucial match.
15 seconds.
One game all. Hong Kong, China to serve. Love all.
Well, it was just the response that we wanted to see from Hong Kong. Chan Sin-yuk didn't disappoint.
One love.
That was brilliant from Chan Sin-yuk. It's not a nice feeling when you've been pretty much chopped in the first game in such a big match.
Hand out.
She didn't let it get to her
One all.
whatsoever. So we've got a game on our hands now, which is just what we've been wanting. Oh dear, that was
Sure about that movement off the ball there
Stroke to Hong Kong.
from
Well,
Haifa Asman.
Stroke to Hong Kong, China.
yeah, it had to be a stroke.
Hand
She
out
just
2,
got
1.
a bit
She just moved
Lost
straight
her-
across in front of her.
I'm thinking it was
Down.
that bad. She must have just lost her bearings for a
Hand
second.
out 2 all.
And Chan Sin-yuk, as we said, lost in the quarterfinals to Hania. Oh, that's quick movement. Quick movement, like a flash. That was.
Three,
Frasman just
two.
onto it, bang, knew exactly what she was going to do. As I was saying, Chan Sin-yuk really did test Hania El-Hamami, the eventual individual champion. Lost 3-love, but a couple of the games were really tight. Including a tie
Yeah, they
break.
were actually, weren't they?
Yeah.
First and the last were tie breaks,
4-2.
yeah.
Middle was comfortable, but she was looking under pressure, Hania, at times.
Well, she's stepped it up a notch
5,
now.
2.
Haifa Asman. Quick volley winner there. Previous rally rolling, another one of her expert two-wall bosin.
No let.
No let. 6, 2. Hand out 3, 6.
Well done from Chan Sin-yuk. It's an awkward one. She could probably have stopped and asked for a let or a stroke there, but decided to have a go and pushed it across into the perfect length and width.
Oh dear. She's
She spends quite a bit of time on
she
the floor,
does,
doesn't
yeah.
she?
It's a good job she's got leggings on.
Hopefully she's okay.
Protect
you
her
okay?
knees. She's almost too quick for her own good there. Momentum keeping her moving forward.
4, 6.
She suddenly sprung into life. Chan Sin-yuk. It's a fast tempo from both the girls. Well played.
Very good. She's down again. Asman.
Look at this for hitting.
5, 6.
And the reaction, the fist pump. Really getting into this match now. This is what we want to see. Oh, it's a tight, you knew, didn't you, when she was going to hit it at that point. It was just when it was touching the wall.
Great serve. So, absolutely locked in. What do you think, Jenny? Who do you think is going to come off the better in this match?
That's a great boast. Oh, I just think, I have to say, Haifa Asman, in the whole match,
7, 6.
Asman.
Both players seem to take it in turns to put a streak of points on the board.
Hand out 7 all.
I'm going to go 3-2 Asman. a bad error.
And now
It's a
8,
gift at
7.
this stage. Oh.
9, 7.
And she's just
Look where that ball is, though,
killed
from
that.
Chan
You
Sin-yuk.
knew it was going to happen. She's too good in those areas.
Down. And now 8, 9.
That was a big rally.
Tense times for Malaysia. This is the first look-in that Hong Kong have had in this entire fixture so far.
She's got it. Oh. Seemed to have forever to line that up.
And out 10, 9. Game ball.
Came to it. She played it inch perfect to sneak the first game ball out in this third game. Massively crucial.
Oh, that's
No let.
no let for me.
No let.
Gone slightly forward.
And out 10 all. Player will
10
see
all.
by 2 points.
That movement off the ball again.
She's not asking.
Oh, she's not asking.
And out 11, 10. Game
Definitely
ball.
worth an ask.
Thought she might have stitched herself up a little bit there.
There's sometimes watching juniors, they're still a little bit inexperienced or naive because there was definitely a shout for a let.
No let.
No let.
Well, the referees are having to intervene a bit more than
And
they were
out
doing previously
11
now.
all.
Nervous times often end up with decisions.
That's too good.
No let.
The
Yeah.
refs have been good, I think.
No let.
Very good so far.
12, 11. Game ball.
So Chan Sin-yuk now with a game ball to pinch this crucial third.
And
Listen
out
to the crowd.
Yeah, the crowd are willing Ifer Asman on.
12
They
all.
wanted to get over this finish line in this crucial third game. Oh, that's a good shot.
Down.
She's
Oh,
gone for too much there for me, Jenny.
yeah, it's just a
13,
bit too
12.
fancy.
Game ball.
Create something out of nothing. Third opportunity for Asman.
She likes that serve, Asman. She brings it out every now and again. Down the middle.
Could be a let, I think.
No let.
Oh no.
No, the way it's gone,
No let.
it's going to be a no
14,
let.
12. Game to Malaysia. Malaysia leads 2 games to 1.
That was a massive third game. Really tight all the way through, really, point for point at the end, but in 9 minutes, Ifer Asman pinches it, 14-12.
Well, best game of this fixture so far. Really was hard to tell who was going to win that. It was a good start from Ifer Asman in the early stages, but somehow it was a huge response again from Chan Sin-yuk. She sprung into life in the mid part of the game, managed to get herself to gain ball, up the tempo of her hitting, and movement was a bit more sprightly. But ultimately, it was Ifer Asman again, shown great fighting spirit to take that third. So 2-1 to Malaysia.
15 seconds.
Malaysia leads 2-1. Love all.
Well, Haifa Asman, in pinching that crucial third game, has put Malaysia in a good looking position
One
here.
love.
But she's definitely not having things her own way. It's going to be a test of the character of Chan Sin-yuk.
Yes, lad.
She can keep the pressure on, keep digging deep.
Yes, lad. One love.
Stroke to Malaysia.
Stroke to Malaysia. 2 love.
Oh, it's brilliant. Everything about her body language just suggested that she was going to go straight with that.
Yeah, very skillful, talented player. Well, you think that third game, at the time you thought it would be crucial.
Yep, seems to have knocked the stuffing out
4 love.
of Chan Sin-yuk and really perked Haifa Asman up again. Some more of the squash we were seeing from her in the first game.
Yeah, it's a real push from Chan Sin-yuk in that last game. Didn't quite nick the game. Oh, she didn't even fancy trying for that one.
5
Seeing it so
love.
early here, Haifa Asman.
She is. I mean, it looks easy, but it's the reflexes to get her into position to play the shot. Look at that. She's like a little black panther cat. So agile.
Hand out 1-5.
Well, at some point, Joey Barrington might need a surname, a nickname rather, for Haifa Asman.
Could have a few for her, I think.
Tight. Squeezes it down that side wall.
Hand out 6-1.
Look how tight she gets this, Jenny.
That's impressive. Anywhere but there. And Chan Sin-yuk could have volleyed it. Again.
It's a perfect little nudge. It's just like just
I
rolls
know.
it across the front wall, but
7-1.
the angle that she gets on it means it's just never going to come back again.
And it's the movement, if you watch a split step around the tee, it means she gets to the ball in position. And not many people can do that.
Well, she's got an answer to everything that Chan Sin-yuk is throwing at her.
8-1.
Got to say, Jenny, I don't like the look of your 3-2 prediction, but
Well, I was trying
I've
to...
seen funny things happen.
I don't either now.
Stroke to Hong Kong, China.
You've got to be bold in your predictions
Stroke to Hong Kong,
sometimes.
China. Hand out 2-8.
I think she's shown she could play the shot, but
What?
oh.
This is well,
We
what's
can't
going to
play a
happen
let
here
now. Can't play a let now.
That was a bit weird. Good finish again, though, from Asman. Look at that.
Yeah, she's
Seen it
onto
early.
it like a ninja.
Hand out 9-2.
So the finishing line is in sight for Haifa Asman and the Malaysian team.
Oh my word. Don't
Nice.
look, Paul, don't look. It was the splits.
Hand out
That was
3-9.
outrageous.
Ooh.
And then she stays in the position and turns her head to check out the ball.
Yeah, well, the pressure there has come from that 2-all boast, but Chan Sin-yuk is hanging on in there in this
Oh,
rally.
she got it.
Wow,
Doing well.
to win this point. That's an unbelievable turnaround. I mean, how many
4-9.
times did we think that rally was over?
No lad. You,
Oh.
I was going to
you
say, if
took
that had
the
rolled
serve,
out
you
the
took
neck, I don't
service.
think she'd want to have.
Hand down.
Exactly. I
Taken
mean,
it again.
she did go pretty casual right before she
5,
played it, but she
9.
played it. And as you say, yeah, if it went in the nick, I'm not sure the hand would have gone up.
5-9, chancing Yuck. She's not out of this.
Down.
Oh, that's not going to help.
Your racket. Stroke to Hong Kong, China.
Oh.
Wow. Aifa Asman cannot believe this.
Her stroke was prevented.
Stroke to Hong Kong, China.
Well then.
6-9.
Well. Test of Aifa Asman's composure here.
Oh, and that wasn't too composed, was it?
7-9.
You know that prediction he owes, Jenny?
Yes.
Starting to look a
Give
little
it,
bit.
give it another couple of points. Look at the reaction
8,
from Chanson
9.
Yuck. She somehow pulled this back to just 1 point.
The wheels have fallen off a little bit for Aifa Asman.
Get a bit physical. Oh, this is
How badly
good.
did each of these players want to win this rally?
Oh,
she
she
just
put it in the
snatched it.
tin. Can you believe it?
It was a sitter. Look at that. Just turn the racket face over too
Hand out.
much.
10-8.
2 match balls
Match
now
ball.
for Aifa Asman to book Malaysia a place in tomorrow's final.
Yes, lad.
Ooh, just to
Yes,
add to the
lad.
tension, a little
And
pause from the
10-8.
referee.
Match ball.
Oh, and
Yes, lad.
Oh dear.
10-8.
oh,
Match
gosh.
ball.
Referee's making the players relaxed.
Down.
Oh, she's clipped the top of the tin on her favourite shot.
Hand out. 9-10. Match ball.
Just 1 match ball remaining. Quite a dramatic back end of this 4th game.
Yes. Oh. Oh, she's
Leave it.
absolutely
Shanked it.
framed it. What happened there? Swatting flies.
10 all. Player must win by 2 points.
Wow.
Well,
Here we go. 10 all.
Aifa Asman is looking a little bit out of sorts here. Ever since she took that huge lead, looked like she was cruising towards the finishing line. Now she's locked in at 10 all, tie break.
It's a good shot. She's doing well here. Chanson Yuck staying in the rally.
Great width.
Oh,
It's going to be too good.
too good.
Listen to that roar.
Got the bangers out and everything.
Hand out.
Too
11-10.
good there, Aifa
Match
Asman.
ball.
Great at killing the ball off.
Will it be 3rd time lucky?
Done well to straighten that. How did she straighten that so tight?
Hand out. 11
Let's have a
all.
look at this. Digs it out. Glues it against the sidewall.
Well, that's exactly what the doctor had in order. And look at that for a finish.
She slotted it.
Absolutely delicious. Look
Rough
at that.
11.
Well, it's really
Game
hotting
ball.
up here in the Nicole David Arena.
First opportunity for Chanson Yuck to convert this 4th game and send us into a 5th. Can you believe it?
Oh.
Yes, lad.
Good decision from the referee.
Yes, lad. 12-11, game ball.
Chance.
Oh, no!
That was
That
not even
was-
close, was it?
That was an extremely nervous drop shot.
Head out.
Bit of
Little-
tension in the arm there, wasn't
Yeah, little half-hearted.
there? Yeah, just as we cross the 10-minute mark in this fourth game, we are locked in at 12 all. Tough to call.
It's in. It's in.
But it
It
stayed
was
in.
in. Could have sworn that stayed in.
Looked like it
13-12,
from where we're
match
sitting.
ball.
Fourth chance now.
It's gone for that serve.
Yes, lad.
The tension.
Yes, lad.
It's
The, the king should
13-12.
pause though, isn't it, from the ref?
take it. I know.
Left box.
Adds to the drama.
13-12, match ball.
Oh, deceptive.
It was. Just held a movement
13
on the
all.
tee there.
Just
Asman
Yeah.
just didn't know where to go. Locked in again.
great shots.
Yeah, really wound up there as she was moving in.
14-13,
Asman
Game
didn't
ball.
even move for that one. And
Oh, she pinned her back, didn't she?
I mean, how many game balls are we on now, Paul?
About 70, I think.
Good stretch.
Oh, and she
She's
shanked
floored
another.
it. She's floored it.
13-13, game to Hong Kong, China.
Well,
2 games all.
some serious tension there in the arm of Aifa Asman on a couple of occasions. At crucial times, she's completely shanked the ball on that forehand side. And how is that for drama? 12 minutes, that fourth game. 15-13 to Chan Sin-yuk, and we are heading into a fifth game.
Well, out of nowhere, Chan Sin-yuk of Hong Kong has taken this match into a fifth game. That fourth had everything in it. It was looking like Malaysia had sailed through to the final tomorrow. Aifa Asman having a huge lead, and then a couple of little casual errors. She switched off a little bit, and that was all it took for Chan Sin-yuk to turn it on. The fireworks and the excitement, pure drama towards the end there. Took about 4 game balls and a shot in the floor from Asman. We're now heading into a fifth and final game.
Fifteen seconds. Time.
Two games all.
Well, you must forgive us if it sounded like we'd written Chan Sin-yuk off in
Love
the fourth
all.
game, because it looked like it it was coming to an end for the team from Hong Kong, but Chan Sin-yuk has really held a nerve and fought away back into this match.
That was an unbelievable
One
comeback,
love.
about 9-2 down. We were talking about all being over. Reverse psychology on my part, Paul, given my prediction. Did the trick,
Down.
obviously.
2 love.
Is that a crystal ball I see in your handbag there, Jenny?
Well, I think everyone who knows me knows that I don't usually have handbags.
Oh, she's played it.
Well, this isn't the
It
start.
looked like she was thinking about asking there.
Yeah, this is
Three
exactly
love.
where Chin San-yuk needs to keep the pressure mentally on Aifa Azman. She showed signs of nerves. The Malaysian all went a bit peaked on towards the end of that last game.
Yeah. Yeah, it did.
No left.
I think that's a bit harsh. There's some... Let's
4
look at this
love.
movement.
Tend to agree, Jenny.
Down. Hand out. 1-4.
Just high enough to get it over Chin San-yuk's head. It's a great drive.
That is tight. Tight
out.
and well hit.
5
And low.
1.
Well,
She's making the court big for her again now, isn't
she
she?
is. She's finding her targets in the back. That's good. Hitting the space well.
Hand out 2-6.
If Malaysia are to win this match and this
3-6.
tie and make the final, Aifa Azman will have had a fairly tough game.
Yeah.
Not the longest 5-setter in the world, well, we don't know yet. Could be.
Yes, left.
Yes,
Still a
left.
good competitive
3-6.
one.
Squeezed it again. Down that backhand side wall, she's found a couple of
Hand
very
out 7-3.
tight balls.
Oh, that was stuck. Oh,
As
deft
we've
little
seen from
touch.
Chan Sin-yuk, time and time again, she'll just
Hand out
stick another point
4-7.
back on that scoreboard. Get the ball back in her hand. She's not going to go away quietly.
Down.
That's unlucky,
Very unlucky.
wasn't it?
Yeah, she was there.
Hand out 8-4.
Oh, she's got the nick in the back. Great fifth game from
9-4.
Aifa Azman. She's not panicked. She had that 4-love start really settled her.
Yeah, she's really put that fourth game out of her mind, I think. Focus on the job ahead. Tunnel vision, I think they call it.
Down. Hand out 5-9.
Well, hopefully she has put it out of her mind, because this is exactly the scoreline where things started to go a little bit
Stroke to
wrong
Hong Kong,
for her
China.
in the fourth game.
So
And
to Hong Kong, China.
only 3 points in this.
6-9.
She loses the next one. Oh, here we go. Well, is she untying or tying?
They're both.
Both players just compose themselves a little bit.
Oh.
Oh, the splits again.
Well, she was scraping the ball off
She was.
with the frame of a racket
7-9.
there.
Oh, wow. It's definitely ninja style-y.
Well, this is still anybody's, I think.
That's good.
She's going to get it.
Oh,
Yep.
drop.
Oh, she's down. Oh,
Wow.
all Chan Sin-yuk needed to do there was get the ball back onto the front wall. Asman was stranded. She was sitting on the floor.
Oh, well.
Chan Sin-yuk's back to within 1 point here in this 5th game.
Looking like it could be edge of the seat.
Oh, can you
she's
believe
at
it?
the tin. Listen to the
Can
crowd.
you believe that she went for the nick off the serve?
I can. They seem to do that, these juniors.
It's
a
just
lot.
the obvious thing to do.
Well, exactly the same. She had 10-8 match ball in the 4th.
Surely she can do it.
It's going to be a stroke.
Stroke to Hong Kong, China.
Wowzers.
Stroke to Hong Kong, China. And out 9-10. Match ball.
Well, rally's got to come much bigger than this.
Oh, that's
She's done it!
She's done it! She's done it!
Well, if there was ever a sigh of relief from a player, that was it. Because Aifa Asman has needed so many attempts to get that match across the line. And it's not just any match, it's a match that books her country, Malaysia, a spot in tomorrow's final of the World Team Championships. 45 minutes it took her. It was brutal. 11-2, 6-11, 14-12, 13-15, 11-9.
Well, what a match, ladies and gentlemen. Absolute humdinger. Plenty of drama. It was looking like Aifa Asman was going to almost steamroll it at times after the first game, just 4 minutes. But then a great response, showing huge resolve and character as she did the entire match. Hong Kong Chan Sin-yuk, what a performance from her, saving match balls in the 4th, absolute nail-biting 3rd and 4th games, but it was Aifa Asman who seals the win and books her team a final meeting tomorrow with Egypt. I think it was a big hug at the end for her own happiness and relief. Well played, girls, great game.
Well, that was the match that we all wanted to see.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You may
Real
be seated.
brute of a match. Aifa Asman managing to get that all-important final point on the board to seal the deal. Malaysia will play in the final tomorrow against #1 seed
And there you have
Egypt.
it. Malaysia
So
taking
Lee Sum-yuet and Aina Ampandi will be playing a dead rubber at #3 string, and that will be a best-of-3 match.
Egypt in the final at 3 p.m. right here. So it will be an amazing battle between these two squash powerhouses, and we hope that you'll be joining us tomorrow as well to catch the final right here, right now.
Well, I do have a correction for you there. With it being a dead rubber, it is an optional match, and the teams have decided that there's been enough drama for one evening, and the match will now not take place.
World Junior Team Championships featuring the women team category.
So that does conclude our coverage here on semi-finals day. So coverage on finals day will start at 11 o'clock local time. We're actually going to be covering the 5th and 6th playoff match, which will be between India and the United States of America. As I say, that's 11 o'clock local time, and that will set us up for the big final 3 o'clock local time, and it is Egypt taking on the host Malaysia. So please do join us then. I'm sure it will be a great match in store with plenty of drama ahead. Good night for now.